Ms Legalista here, aka Attorney Sheila. I think I'm going to call this case. I imagine going into Panera to buy lemonade. I think I'm going to call this case the case of the deadly lemonade because I think we have to be a little bit more informed about what we're putting into our bodies, but that also means that the parties who are making these items have to give us the information that we need.
Yeah.
There was a young woman who recently died after having charged lemonade at Panera. They have now, her parents have now filed a lawsuit. Let me see if I can pull that up so we can see it. They've filed a lawsuit. Up, I pulled up the wrong thing. How about that? Well, let's go to Panera and see if we can find this lemonade first. Let's try that. All right, so we've got, let's see, let's go over here to menu. Okay, beverages. It's a beverage. Okay, let's see. Start an order. Let's scroll. Charged sips. There it is right there. I think that is maybe what she had. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to go look at the complaint in just a second. But charged, limit charged, splash, zero sugar, strawberry lemon mint charged lemonade, mango yuzu citrus charged lemonade. Let's come back to this. Let's go ahead and look at this complaint to see what's being said here in this complaint about what happened. Let's see if I can get back to that. I'm obviously having issues. All right, here, let's make it a little bit bigger. I always have to do that. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see. I know it's not entirely too, no. All right, this is pretty long. We're not going to go through this whole complaint. We're not going to go over the counts, but I do want to go over the background and the important part of this. All right, let's scroll down. This is out of Philadelphia. An assessment of damages hearing is required. This is not an arbitration case. Jury trial demanded. All right, this is against Panera Bread. We've got some notices down there. You've been sued in court. All right, civil action complaint. Plaintiffs Jill and Michael Katz. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I hope that's close. Administrator of their daughter's estate. Her name is Sarah. They are the mother and father of their 21-year-old deceased daughter, Sarah, a college student at the University of Pennsylvania who was residing at 3601 Walnut Street at the time of her death. This is a wrongful death and survival action. Panera, of course, is a chain bakery cafe offering food and beverages. You have the location there where decedent purchased the product at issue in this case. Panera charged lemonade. Panera charged lemonade. All right, let's go down to the next page. We'll get past jurisdiction. Let's get to some of these operative facts. Decedent was a 21-year-old University of Pennsylvania student with an exemplary record. Decedent was studying international relations and health and societies with a minor in East Asian languages and civilizations. Before coming to the University of Pennsylvania, decedent received a full merit scholarship to learn Mandarin at the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. Decedent also worked as a research assistant at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and served as a RepCap ambassador with the American Heart Association, where she taught CPR in high schools and underserved communities. Decedent also served as a membership coordinator and CPR training project chair in the Student Committee on Undergraduate Education and was a student leader in the John Marshall Pre-Law Honor Society, a member in Penn Hillel, and a social chair of Sigma Kappa sorority. All right, so on or about September 1st, 2022, decedent obtained a Panera Sip Club membership. Now, let's go back for a second because that was what we saw on that page. We see, let me scroll back up. This part here that says charged sips, we see that in the picture. And then let's see what it says. It says naturally flavored, plant based, and clean with about as much caffeine as our dark roast coffee. So now, if I'm the attorney, all of a sudden, this is a sentence I want to pay a lot of attention to because you're making the claim that the caffeine is about the same. And the question is it though? Is it though? That's the question to ask. So it says here, free for subscribers. I did not know Panera even had a subscriber thingy like this, but apparently so. So you can add here. Yeah, charged, charged, charged. All right, let's go back to the actual document here. So on or about September 1st, 2022, this was just a few months ago, decedent obtained a Panera SIP Club membership. Says here, descendant used her Panera SIP Club membership to purchase Panera Charged Lemonade. Decedent had been diagnosed with this syndrome at age 5, LQT1. In LQT1, the potassium ion channels in the heart do not work properly. So think about this for a second, okay? So if she was diagnosed at 5, then that means she has grown up with this condition. She probably knows a whole lot about it, what she should eat, what she shouldn't eat, what she should drink, what she shouldn't drink, things that doctors have told her to stay away from and to learn more about before she maybe participated in it or in had some of that, I guess she ate it or drank it before she did any of that. And so, she's 21 now. So she's had a long time. She probably knows a lot about this condition that she has. It says in LQT1, the potassium ion channels in the heart do not work properly, disrupting the heart's electrical activity, resulting in potentially life threatening abnormal heart rhythms or arrhythmias, which is what we normally hear that referred to as. Very intense physical exercise, particularly swimming, can trigger arrhythmias in people with LQT1. Like I said, she's probably been told what she can and can't do. LQT1 is the most common and is manageable and responsive to medication in most cases. Because energy drinks have been shown to adversely affect the heart's rhythm in patients with long QT syndrome, they should be avoided in long QT patients. And then you see down here at the bottom, it looks like down here at the bottom of the page, they have some information. It looks like articles in maybe some medical journals here. One is cardiovascular medicine. You have, it looks like maybe World Journal of Cardiology. So you've got some articles that they've included here. Decedent, I'm sorry, in addition to taking daily medication, and following all medical advice, decedent effectively managed her condition by abstaining from energy drinks and highly caffeinated beverages. Decedent also drank electrolyte drinks like Gatorade. The Gatorade logo depicts a heavy black capital G, which stands for the name of the brand, with a sharp orange and red lightning bolt, which represents the energy and power the drink gives through electrolytes, such as potassium and sodium. Gatorade contains no caffeine, but uses a charged symbol to represent hydration. It's like the lightning bolt, that goes like that. And so let's think about what they're doing right here in this part of this complaint. What they're saying is the lightning bolt, for people when they see it, they think of Gatorade, they think of an energy drink. They have an association with that. And so her association may have been, oh, this is another drink like Gatorade. It gives me energy, but it's not going to give me this amount of caffeine that may be an issue for my heart. So they're setting this up in this complaint. All right, Panera Charged Lemonade also advertised using the term charged. In addition to electrolyte enhanced beverages like Gatorade, decedent was permitted to have reasonable amounts of caffeine, but not energy drinks. Remember, so Gatorade is an electrolyte drink, okay? And then they're categorizing the Panera drink as an energy drink. So see what's going on here? They're setting all of this up. Decedent attended 2 cardiac appointments a year upon initial diagnosis and also received normal test results. Decedent subsequently attended 1 cardiac appointment a year and always received normal test results. Decedent was also involved in many research studies around the world to maintain her and others' conditions without incident. Friends and family of decedent will attest that decedent followed her physician's every every recommendation in her excellent management of her long QT syndrome and never knowingly consumed energy drinks. Because imagine that, diagnosed at 5, you're now 21. So you've gone all this time. And so far, it doesn't say anything in here about her having any issues with any drink. So it sounds like she's been making some good decisions. Her parents made good decisions when she was younger. Or what this complaint wants you to understand this as, her parents and the daughter made informed decisions because they had the necessary information. Panera, yeah, they had. We'll just leave it at that. Panera was a brand known to decedent and advertised itself as a healthier and clean fast food chain restaurant for adults and children alike. The display of Panera charged lemonade at the retail store was offered side by side with all of Panera's non-caffeinated and or less caffeinated drinks. It was not advertised as an energy drink. Okay. Let's look at a picture here. We got some pictures. Got to have the pictures here. Okay. So, yes, so we've got this picture here. It's kind of hard to see, and I can't. Let me see if I can make it bigger so I can get an understanding of what's going on here in this picture. So, we've got this picture. And we've got it, let's see, we've got teas over here. We've got some tea. This looks like iced tea, some other kind of tea. I don't know. There's some stuff here. And then, of course, you've got the drinks over here. And then, oh, you've got all the sips above it. Okay, all the sips above it. So that's what they're saying. All right, let's go back and make this smaller so we can get back to it. These unregulated beverages include no warning of any potentially dangerous effects, even the life-threatening effects on blood pressure, heart rate, and or brain function. So right about now, I'm happy that I'm okay. I don't want to say happy. Happy is not the word that I'm looking for. I am receiving this information with caution. I don't go to Panera like that, but now at least I know. Now at least I know that that's probably not a drink that I want to have because heart conditions run in my family. All right. These unregulated beverages reflect no warning of any risks of ingesting these concentrated amounts of caffeine in connection with the stimulants and sugar. So let's see, you've got, where is it up here? I guess the drinks. You've got smoothies, frozen drinks. Yeah, okay. I guess they're just trying to show you there's nothing there. These unregulated beverages contain no advertisement as an energy drink and instead represent them as clean and akin to Panera dark roast coffee. Remember, I told you that. Told you that when we went to the site. When they contain not only caffeine, but also the stimulant guarana and exorbitant amounts of sugar. So we should actually go to the nutrition and the data, the nutritional data. Panera Charged Lemonade is advertised as plant-based and clean with as much caffeine as our dark roast coffee. In small print, it suggests sip, enjoy, repeat, unlimited sip club. Now that's a concern because we all know that when we have access to unlimited amounts, we tend to feel like, oh, well, I might as well get my money's worth, or oh, let me go ahead and get another. Think about it when people go to buffets. A lot of times they want to get their money's worth, they want to try out a bunch of things. And when you have these bottomless cups, it's drink one and repeat. And so here you have all the sips. Accordingly, decedent consumed the Panera charged lemonade, reasonably confident it was a traditional lemonade and or electrolyte sports drink containing a reasonable amount of caffeine, safe for her to drink. On September 10th, 2022, following consumption of the Panera charged lemonade, decedent, while with her friends at a restaurant in her apartment building, suffered a cardiac arrest. After being transported to the hospital, she had another arrest and was pronounced dead. So, yes. What I was trying to figure out exactly when she had it, but okay, don't quite see all of that listed there. Defective design. So they say defendants design, formulate, manufacture, market, warrant, promote, distribute, and sell to consumers at their retail locations a product called Panera Charged Lemonade. And they say, of course, it was at that one. It's a beverage designed by a defendant that contains the following ingredients: water, caffeinated, and you see all of that there: syrup, caffeine, coffee extract. Many ingredients in the Panera Charged Lemonade are classified as stimulants by the Centers for Disease Control, which warns that ingredients for consumption classified as stimulants may have dangerous health effects by increasing blood pressure, heart rate, breathing, as well as dangerous effects on the nervous system. I really am going to have to make sure I mention this to some of my family members. The caffeine content, okay, here we go. The caffeine content of the Panera Charged Lemonade ranges from 260 milligrams to for regular size to 390 milligrams in a large size or a sip club size. At 30 fluid ounces, okay, that's the sip club size, Panera Charged Lemonade exceeds the combined contents of 12 fluid ounces of Red Bull and 16 fluid ounces of Monster Energy drink. There you go. So uh, that's that's a lot. That's a lot. So Sip Club has 390. And 390, you could have had a 12-ounce Red Bull and a 16-ounce Monster Energy drink, and you still wouldn't have gotten as much caffeine by a little bit as what is in that Sip Club. And that puts it in perspective. The caffeine content of Panera Dark Roast coffee ranges from merely 161 for the small, 216 milligrams for the medium, and 268 for the large. So talk about a misrepresentation here. Let's go back because I want to make this very clear if you are still watching this video. I want to make this very, very clear. Let me click back over on this Panera page. This is what it says under charged sips. It says naturally flavored, plant based, and clean with about as much caffeine as our dark roast coffee. As our dark roast coffee. Now, somebody is wrong here because 268 uh 268 milligrams that we see here is not the same thing as 390 milligrams. And I'm just going with the large here. I'm just going with a large because this is a large over here. And so this is a large here. Now, think about this though. Let's break the numbers out. This is 30 fluid ounces and this is 20 fluid ounces. So if you're saying let's compare apples to apples, this is 390, this is 268, but this is not the same amount. So we have to add a little bit more to this 268. Does it get us close to the 390? Does it get us close to the 390? I'm not doing that math. Let's scroll on down. The sugar content of Panera Charged Lemonade ranges from, okay, we just kind of said that. The low end, this is the sugar, so that's the caffeine. The sugar content ranges from 82 grams to 124, exceeding the contents combined of Red Bull and Monster Energy drink. Again, the low end of the sugar content on the Panera Charged Lemonade is equal to 29 teaspoons of sugar. So imagine going into Panera. I think I'm just going to change my view on the screen here. Imagine going into Panera and saying, "Can I have some water, 29 teaspoons of sugar, and some fresh squeezed lemon and some other little things." 29. I'm just looking up into the air now because I can't believe it. 29 teaspoons of sugar. I wonder if people realize that that is what they're drinking when they get that. And look, I buy lemonade at the fair, I buy lemonade at Chick-fil-A, and maybe it has that amount of sugar and I just don't know. I have not informed myself. I'm thinking that I'm getting something that's okay, but I really don't know. 29 teaspoons of sugar. Panera Charged Lemonade is defective in design because it is a dangerous energy drink. Defendants knew or should have known that Panera Charged Lemonade, as designed and formulated, once consumed, could injure children, pregnant and breastfeeding women, and people sensitive to caffeine, including those with underlying heart conditions, by causing catastrophic injuries and or death. Due to the defective and unreasonably dangerous design of Panera Charged Lemonade, Customers were and continue to be at an increased risk of injury while consuming the beverage, the dangerous beverage. Due to the unreasonably dangerous and defective design of Panera Charged Lemonade, as described throughout this complaint, decedent suffered cardiac arrhythmias and ultimately cardiac arrest, which resulted in her death. All right, then we have defective manufacturing. This is putting it together. All right, it's mixed in house by employees. This manufacturing is inherently dangerous because Panera Charged Lemonade involves mixing unsafe ingredients in certain concentrations. Knowing this, before and during the marketing and sale of the Panera Charged Lemonade, defendants knew or should have known that proper quality control for manufacturing and or mixing the product was crucial to consumer safety, and that permitting their employees to mix the product could result in an increased risk of causing permanent and catastrophic injuries to consumers, especially children, pregnant and breastfeeding women, and caffeine sensitive individuals, as, including those with underlying heart conditions. Due to the unreasonably dangerous and defective manufacturing, it says decedent suffered cardiac arrhythmias and ultimately cardiac arrest, which resulted in her death. All right, then it has defective warnings. Okay, remember they showed you the picture up there. Nothing up there talking about, okay, so it, okay, this is how much there is in caffeine, sugar, and other stimulants all together, giving people the information. Defendants also failed to properly warn consumers of their dangerous product, Panera Charged Lemonade. Defendants did not market, advertise, and sell Panera Charged Lemonade in the store as an energy drink, which is a drink containing large amounts of caffeine, added sugar, other additives, and stimulants. Instead, defendants market, advertise, and sell Panera Charged Lemonade as a product that is plant based and clean with as much caffeine as our dark roast coffee. And we saw that on the website. The fact that defendants do not specify what size of Panera dark roast coffee is akin to a Panera Charged Lemonade makes this representation ambiguous and unhelpful to consumers. That much I do agree with, because remember, I said even their large for the dark roast is, doesn't have the same amount of caffeine as the sip club version of the lemonade. So it is ambiguous and it is not helpful at all. But, oh, here you go. In addition to that, okay, paragraph 63 says Panera Dark Roast contains no sugar. The coffee has no sugar. Panera Dark Roast coffee's only ingredient is Arabica coffee. Well, there you go. None of those other stimulants, they're calling them stimulants, that are in the charged lemonade. Panera Charged Lemonade does not declare the total quantity of caffeine from all sources on the container itself. Rather, it merely compares it to an unspecified size of Panera Dark Roast coffee, a beverage which does not contain the added stimulants, as I just mentioned. All right, we've got a stimulant mentioned there. It says the lemonade is a juice beverage marketed to children and adults alike, and it was displayed and offered in Panera stores in the same or similar manner and location in which they offer all other non caffeinated juice beverages. And you can see consumers are not provided a factual basis for understanding it is an energy drink containing exorbitant amounts of caffeine, caffeine sources, stimulants, and sugar. Panera Charged Lemonade is not in compliance with the labeling or marketing commitments adopted by the American Beverage Association, which is the trade association representing the broad spectrum of companies that manufacture and distribute non alcoholic beverages, including energy drinks in the United States. I think this is a big one because what it's saying now is here's the standard. Here's the standard. And you didn't even meet that standard. Before and during the marketing and sale of Panera Charged Lemonade, defendants knew or should have known that the defective and unreasonably dangerous design could cause catastrophic injuries, heart arrhythmias, cardiac arrest, and death. And so here are some things they're saying. Proper notice of products' exorbitant caffeine content was required, that the omission of such consumer notice increased, causing permanent and catastrophic injuries. They should have known that displaying it in the same manner and location as non-caffeinated juice was going to that was a problem. Failing to advertise it as an energy drink so that people actually knew. So you see all of this. And then this one, defendants even included Panera Charged Lemonade as a part of their sip club, whereby they encouraged sip club members to drink unlimited Panera Charged Lemonade every day. Imagine that. The defective design, increased risk of harm. All right, let's see what else we have here. So let's see. As set forth more fully below, defendants engaged in negligent, reckless, intentional, fraudulent, reckless, and or they've got like reckless in there twice. So you're like doubly reckless. And or outrageous misconduct which caused increased the risk of harm and or was a substantial contributing factor of plaintiffs and their decedents damages which include but are not limited to the following: untimely death at 21, because remember they're suing for wrongful death. Untimely death at 21 years old, cardiac arrhythmias, cardiac arrest, hypoxia, pain and suffering, loss of enjoyment and life's pleasures, emotional distress, disfigurement, embarrassment, future lost wages, loss of future earning capacity, funeral expenses, medical expenses, all damages recoverable under the Survival Act, all damages recoverable under the Wrongful Death Act, and all damages as set forth in greater detail in plaintiff's complaint and as permitted by Pennsylvania law. This is a tragedy. I don't know how else to say it, but that's what it is. Like I said, you go into Panera to get some lemonade and you come out and this lawsuit is alleging that because of that lemonade, 21-year-old young woman passed away. All right, so I hope that gives you a little bit more information. Maybe we all need to be going to these websites. You know what? Let me go over here for just a second. Let me go back to this Panera website and see what they have on the page regarding nutrition. Is there something here that gives us a little bit more information? So we've got the menu here. Usually there's something that talks about nutrition. You see, I haven't spent a whole lot of time here, right? I don't see it here. Let's see if I go back to beverages, maybe it's just broken down on that page. We've got our charged sips here. That's what we've been talking about. Let's scroll down and see if there's other information. Okay, maybe not. Let's just click on it and see what this one of these lemonades. Let's try this mango one and let's see. The mango yuzu, I don't know how you pronounce that, citrus charged lemonade, if we can ever get it to open up. I've been having more issues with this. We might not get a chance to see this. Let's see if I can pull this up. It is not coming up at all. Let's see. All right, so this is what's going on with it. It's just sort of hanging out there. And now I have oh, there we go. There we are. All right, so we've got, you can start in order here. Let's see, let's scroll down. Maybe there's some more nutritional information here. And again, this is what they were talking about. We saw it in small print on the other page. It says about this naturally flavored, plant based, and clean. Uh, so it's interesting that the clean is capitalized, that the C is capitalized, because I think that says something too, that they're trying to focus on the fact that this is a clean beverage, that this is a healthy beverage, that this beverage is not going to harm you, that you don't have anything to worry about when you drink this beverage. That's the message it would send to me if I were reading it. I would think, oh, this is something really healthy with about as much caffeine as our dark roast coffee. I don't drink coffee. All right, so then we go down here and it says detailed ingredients. So then we've got the lemonade, you see here, the guarana extract, and it says source of caffeine. And then it has some other things listed here. So if I were looking at this, I don't think I would be too worried by what I saw. Some flavored syrup, okay, and then you see apple juice, concentrate, sugar, citric acid, caffeine here, coffee extract, some more coffee and caffeine, ascorbic acid, some natural flavors, lemonade base, okay, and natural flavors. So I would look at that and I would think, okay, that doesn't look too bad. And then we've got something over here about allergies. Okay, they're keeping me informed about that because that is a big deal. And then I go through here and it says, okay, sodium 10 milligrams, and then sugar 82 grams, and then caffeine 260 milligrams. So I don't know what size that is, but this one says 260 milligrams. So that, there's another thing here that's about allergen and nutrition information. Let's see if what that sort of says. Allergen and nutrition information. This video has turned out to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. More about allergens, full list of ingredients, about our nutritional information. All right. Panera does not endorse or make any specific representations, claims, or advice about any particular eating, lifestyle, or diet. Any information provided by Panera is for general informational purposes only and is not intended to be a substitute for medical advice. Consult your physician, registered dietitian, or other health professional. So there you go. I think now now we can say we're done with this video because we have given Panera another look to see exactly what they have on their website. And yeah, so if this brings you up to speed, if this gives you some more information about the killer lemonade drink, which I should not call it that. Um, yeah, I should not call it that. Yeah. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and peace. Don't forget to subscribe.